Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Captain Cuz 6951 video. In this video, we're going to go ahead and do this armored car. It is made by Trumpeter and it is 1/72nd scale. So, I have a bunch of empty sprues here and I would like to show you where I put them all. So, if you're interested, let's watch this video coming right up. Bye for now. Okay, here we go. Here's the box, and it's made by Trumpeter, and it's a 1/72nd scale. I intend to be doing some more military ground equipment and do a little diorama with military equipment. So we'll see what's going to be with that. I won't tell you exactly what's coming right now, but it should be here by the end of this. Well, by the end of this week. Tomorrow is the end of the week. Anyhow, let's see what's in this box right here. So we'll open it up. And we got, let's see, we got an instruction booklet. Okay, let's take a look at it again. It gives you all the symbols down here of what to use, what to do, when to do it, when to cut and all that stuff. And then you got your sprue page here, and I did check it out, and I do have all my parts there. And then we got instructions. And the instructions are 7, 8, 9, 11 pages of instructions. So let's see what else we got. We got, looks like the wheels and gears. And we got, this one here has C and E in the package. And then we got what they're calling the lower hull. All the wheels and stuff get attached to there. And then more body parts. And some decals or decals. And then of course in here we got the tracks. Now I didn't understand exactly how they say to do this. They say once you put it around like this to use a pin to melt it. I have no clue what they're talking about, so I'll have to investigate that a little further. Anyhow, we're going to start putting this guy together, and hopefully I can get it all done in this one video. I'm going to check out all the parts I need and what colors I need to paint, because these instructions are pretty cool. As I was looking at them, it actually tells you, they don't tell you, they suggest colors that you should paint some of these parts that are in here. So there's going to be, looks like a V8 engine in here. Well, I'm a Chevy guy, so that engine is going to get painted orange. Chevy orange. So anyhow, when we get to that, we'll see. But I'm going to look this all over, and I'm going to see what parts need to have paint, and I will go ahead and paint them, and then we can start assembling this kit. So stay tuned, and we will be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, the instructions say to start putting the wheel assemblies and the gear assemblies all together, but I am going to start with the body. Only because there's a lot of paint, a lot of different color paints that have to go in here. For instance, there's a bench, there's two benches in here. As you can see right here, and the bottom part gets a olive drab, and then the top one gets a wood color. Then the floor in here gets a dark gray. Then the interior here gets a light gray, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to cut all my parts out. I'm going to go ahead and paint them, and then when that's done, we will come back and start putting them together. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alright guys, I got my parts painted up now. As you can see, I did the outside in the camo, I think it's a sand camo. I did the underneath in a medium gray, the inside medium gray, but I did the floor in a dark gray. Also had the engine components done. I painted the engine block in Chevy orange, of course I'm a Chevy man, and the other components that have to go onto the engine block. Anyhow, we can start putting this guy together and see where we go from here. We start with the interior, and we'll see how that goes. So let's get going. Now, these are specific to which side they go on, and they do have alignment holes in them, small as they may be. Alright guys, as you can see I've got the engine mounted in the proper spot. Looks good, Chevy arms I think. Now I guess we're going to go ahead and put the intake manifold on here if I don't lose it. And it does go on in a specific way. There is a little notch thingamabobber in there. So that guy has to go in there like that. And we need to push him back a little bit. Sorry if my head's in the way. There you go. Just like that. How pretty. Alright. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the transfer case. And it can only go on one way. As you can see, there are some slots back there. And then when that's on there, we'll put the firewall in. And this guy is ready to go into the vehicle. Except, we need to see what this B28. What is this B28? B28. Gotcha. Okay. Now. See, that's what I'm saying. They tell you here's the B28. Wherever that is. And then I'll show you how or what location it is. Now let's try it in there and see. There is one little tab on there, looks like. Alright, let's get the transfer case on here and the firewall, and then we'll concentrate on those other parts. So, alright guys and gals, there you go. There's my engine and my transfer case and all the good stuff that belongs in there. All my firewalls are on, and they have hatches to get to the back of the motor in there. So now the next thing we're going to do is just slip it right into there. I guess we'll put a little glue in there so it'll kind of stay. Alright, in we go. Look at that. It's just like it was made for it or something. I don't know, just fit in there so nice. Down all the way. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Woohoo! Alright, so I think, according to this, oh yeah, and by the way, this little box right here is that little white box right there. So, now it's saying that I could put this back door on here, either open or closed. Don't know what I want to do with that yet, so maybe we'll skip over it for now. Let's see what the next part of these instructions will bring us. This is 7. We need 8. Where's 8? Alright, so there's another one of these boxes that gotta go in there. Oh, okay. What number is that guy? That's B10. Alright, and that is this guy right here, and I guess I need to paint him white. So I will go ahead and do that. And all of these, let me see, 8. So we need that. And the C4 and the C5. Those are body parts. So I would assume that these got to get painted the khaki color. This is a radiator. Yeah, there's a lot of little details now that's going to start going on here. But these two parts right here, at least those two parts need to get the same color as the body. So, let's see what else we can do before we do that. These pieces I just painted over here. So this has to get painted and this has to get painted. Alright, so here are those two I'm going to call them skirts. See, so this guy's got to get white. I tell you, I should own stock in the masking tape business here. If But this, I know you guys are using some sort of putty or some sort of clay or something to do what I'm doing right here instead of using the tape. And you use the top of a jar as your support. I'd like to know if any of you guys are watching what that is exactly. Now, how is this going to go in here? Let me see something here. Okay, they're showing that like that. But there's also, it's going to go in here. I'm just trying to test fit it, make sure this is where it's got to go. Yep, okay. So this guy needs to get white. And we will go and do that. And we'll take these out also. I'll go ahead and spray everything on here. And then if colors need to get changed, I will change them. So stay tuned, we'll be back in a few. Alright guys, this is the only sprue that's left on this model kit. So we're going to go ahead and assemble all these wheels. On the gears, I already tried that, and you need to be really careful when you do these gears because the sprue is actually attached to one of the spokes of the gears. So I would advise cutting it off as close to the sprue as possible and then trim it later on, because otherwise you'll break one of the teeth off. So anyhow, it says to build 2 of those, and I did. So now it says to take A6 and A5 and build 2 of those, and that's these guys down here. So we will do that and see how that turns out. Now, not any of these are glued together yet. They're all just test fitted. I want to see how they all work out before I actually glue them together. So we're going to take number 5 and number 6 off of here. And like I said, I'm going to cut it as close to the sprue as possible. And I'll put my flat side of my cutters up towards there. Same thing on this side. There's one piece. These, I believe, are going to be what they are calling idler wheels. I believe that's what they are. Okay, this one here, same thing, as close to the sprue as possible. And then the same thing on this side. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and clean those up, and I'm going to build 2 of these, and then I'm going to do 10 of those, and then we'll install them on the vehicle. So, with all that being said, stay tuned, and we will be back. Alright guys, what you see here in front of you now is I have completed the 2 gears and 2 of the 10 tires that I need to build, and I also built the idler gears or pulleys or whatever you want to call them. So these are fairly easy to put together. The only thing you need to look for is on the piece that goes on the inside. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but there are 2 ridges this way. There's 2 ridges on there. There's one on that side, and there's one on that side. The taller one goes towards the tire side of it, so it has a little space in there. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the higher side right here. I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to place it on top of the part that it needs to go onto, and pretty much it'll just fall into place, hopefully. Oops, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Gotcha. I gotta say, my leg reflexes are really fast. So when something jumps off the table, if I can get my legs closed fast enough, I can usually catch it. And that's just what happened with this piece. All right, come on. Don't make a liar out of me. There you go. Once you get it all the way down there, then all I did was take my glue and put it down the center and let the glue do its thing and do the capillary thing. and glue the entire piece. So that's another one. And again, we'll do the next one, and then I'll do the rest of them off, and then they'll be off the camera, and then they'll be ready to be installed on the vehicle. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but the vehicle is about 99.9% complete. Why so little? Because there is some touch-up that I need to do. Alright, there is number 2. 8 more to go. Alright, I'll bring you back when they're all done, and then we'll put it on the vehicle, and then we will do the reveal on this model. Be back in a little bit. Alright, boys and girls, what you're looking at now is my US m113a3 armored car. This model is about 99.9% complete. Why do I say that? Because I am having problems with the tracks. I actually need a third hand to help me put the tracks together. So that'll happen sometime in the future when one of my buddies shows up over here. Anyhow, everything else is on this model. There are no extra parts left, so let me give you a little tour. The skirts are not glued in place yet because those have to come off when I do the tracks. The gun I painted with Tamiya gunmetal. I was able to leave a couple of the hatches open here, and I'm also leaving the rear hatch open like that because I did order troops. 5 sitting troops that are going to be sitting in there. Also, I left this guy, I think I did. Oh yeah, I pointed just in the wrong place. I left this guy loose because I want to be able to see the engine and the troops that are going to be sitting in there. So this door will always be loose. I could glue it, but maybe one day I want to glue it in a closed position. Anyhow, I'll put this guy back on here. It was a fairly easy model to build. No really tiny parts. I'm happy with it, and when I get the tracks on there, it'll be even better. But anyhow, like with my airplane build, when I finish this, I will probably add it to one of my other videos as an update. So with all that being said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. Captain Cuz 6951 out for now.